Struck Co-op. Welcome back to another stream of mine with Outriders, and I will be continuing where I left off yesterday. But first, as a warm-up, let's check the shops. Let's check the shops. Maybe I can get my first purple after checking the shop. So I'm gonna go on 4 characters, check the shops. And the fourth one will be the one I would farm. I'm probably gonna do Technomancer again, because I don't know, I just like farming on the Technomancer. It's very good damage in terms of burst, in terms of skill burst damage. Not even focusing on weapon damage there. Although with the Trickster, if I want to do it with the Trickster, I'd rather focus on the weapon damage on him.
If you see good, tell her I ain't paying no
Well,
goddamn
no purple here.
Good to see you again. You'll be pleased to know the house.
No purple here.
Shit list to come around here.
Okay, three more heroes left to check. And this probably will be my last Outriders stream until the game launches, because I've got other things I need to do. But tomorrow I will be making a video tomorrow about the Trickster skill tree with 9 or 10, somewhere around there, extra setups. The plan is for 9 setups, but if I figure out another setup that I want to include, I might do like today and make it 10 setups, theory crafted for the Trickster. But yeah, tomorrow I'm uploading the video, but I don't plan on streaming this tomorrow.
Good to see you again.
Although I have no idea what I will be streaming tomorrow. There are a lot of games I need to revisit, or games that I haven't finished and things like that. I've also wanted to do a Baldur's Gate Druid playthrough. We'll see if there's gonna be enough time to do it soon. Okay, let's do Trickster and then Technomancer last. I might play this game again before the launch, but not stream myself. Maybe just occasionally when I have some time, do some chest farming or some accolades farming by gathering resources and things like that. We'll see. Okay, after this I'm switching to Techno and cleaning my inventory. No purple again.
Thanks
Yeah,
again for getting the guy who killed
I'm not sure why I'm
Mr.
even doing this. It's not like it's gonna give me a purple in the shop. I'm that unlucky. It's not gonna give me a purple in the shop. Not sure why I'm trying even. I can just get them when the game is here and upgrade my blue to purple. And that's the way I get purple, by upgrading. Alright, Technostruck. I'm so happy I got that rifle yesterday though. It looks fun, and it's an assault rifle. Ideally I would be playing mostly with assault rifles, shotguns and SMGs. That's the weapons I like using. Maybe pistols as well, if they're automatic or semi-automatic. But snipers I'm very bad, as I mentioned many times. I'm very bad with snipers. I can't aim for shit and I keep missing, and that's just losing DPS.
Other vendors are complaining I'm
Automatic sniper rifles maybe would be good for me though, and those would be probably the only types of snipers I might see myself using on a Technomancer if I want to make a sniper build with that extra 40% passive. Okay, there we go here. Oh, and since I'm gonna be teleporting here, might as well collect, harvest some stuff. If anyone wants to team up, do some farming like yesterday, do tell. The more the merrier. Not sure if... I still couldn't confirm whether it increases the drop rates when you have more people in the team. It definitely makes the enemies harder, so it would make sense if it increases the drop rates. Now I've been wondering what type of equipment I need to dismantle to get shards. Is it purple and legendary only, or can I get shards from blue? Because I've been dismantling a lot of blue equipment and I haven't gotten a single piece of shards. Those things, shards. Or maybe, oh, I have, never mind, I have gotten those. Oh, I've got a lot of them. But yeah, with shards you would be leveling up armor by a watt. Edgar says he got one legendary yesterday. Very happy. Edgar, how? With the chest method or with the NPC spawn killing? And congrats. I'm looking at the other. I'm used to my camera being there, but it's now here. So yeah, how did you get that? Just wondering what worked for you. And welcome back, by the way. Welcome back. Oh, I forgot pain launcher. You got it from the cap. Okay. How many hours of cap farming? I'm wondering. I'm not getting my hopes up for a legendary today because it's 9 PM and you know I'm gonna stream until midnight-ish. So that's just 3 hours. So in 3 hours maybe I won't get anything. But yesterday in 3 hours I already had one drop. Although both of the things dropped when I was in a team. So it leads me to believe maybe fighting in a team might be the better one. Because before, when I was solo farming most of the time, not as much drops. Yesterday there were what, 4 drops while we were farming for like 4 or 5 hours in the team farm. Or maybe was it 2-3 hours in the team farm. Two, 3 hours. Yeah, 2-3 hours is actually very good to get a legendary in this demo in World Tier 5 from a elite mod, not even a mini boss or a boss, just an elite. I messed up the rotation. Oh, I forgot to clean my inventory. Ah, damn. I'm gonna have to do it now and dismantle. At least I'm getting shards, and shards are good. Shards are good, shards are nice. I'm just gonna delete a lot of stuff. Everything under 300. Let's delete everything under 300. I'm just gonna delete some random stuff here. Honestly, I can't be bothered to pay attention to what I'm keeping much. At least I'm getting shards by deleting all that stuff. Oops, all that stuff. I'm getting shards. Or maybe I'm getting the shards just from the auto wood dismantle. In any case, I've been getting a ton of shards, and that's nice. We would need those to increase the attributes of items later on. There's so much useful information in the game guide. So much of it. Why is he... He's never done that before, running away from me so much. Rarok's gaze, by the way. Oh yeah, I don't like it either. I'm very bad at aiming and I keep missing with Rarok. And it has very, very low damage. I mean, with blue snipers on my Trickster, I'm hitting with 330 when I activate those special bullets. With Raroks here, I'm hitting 100 and something. Obviously, I don't have good firepower here, but it's still around 300-ish. So it's still around 300 firepower. But on my trickster with a regular sniper with 6 shots in it, I was hitting more. But Rarox has quicker fire than the one I was using. The Ado, the Molten Ado is a very good sniper that I can't wait to try out with that extra thousands of damage proc explosion or whatever it's called. Let me just open the item while I'm talking about it. This one. Just look at the Ravenous Locust. It's roughly so see, your damage is 15,000. Let's divide. I'm gonna quickly divide. Let me open my calculator. So let's see. 475,685 divided by the damage is 15,125. 15,125. I'm not sure if this thing do mod procs get boosted by anomaly power, or do they boosted by the firepower? Does this get stronger if you get more firepower? Does this get stronger if you get more damage? I'm not sure what this scales off of. Maybe it's just fixed, and at each item level it's just a different number. But yeah, if I divide it by the damage, that's 31.45 times the damage of the weapon. 31.45 times the damage. The damage that you see here dealt as a proc. And the cooldown is 2 seconds. The fucking cooldown of this thing is 2 seconds. And obviously the damage is dealt over 15 seconds. So if we divide that by 15, so let's take 475,685 divided by 15. That's 31,702.33333 damage per second. 31k per second, which is kind of double this. It's kind of double this damage per second. Let's see, if I do 2 times this, I want to divide this by 2. Wait, shit, I messed up my calculation, sorry. I just want to take this, I want to do it again, so 475,685 divided divided by 15. Wait, just a moment. I'm gonna do another thing. I'm gonna take 15,125 and 24 and just multiply it by 2, which is 30,248. So it's a little more than double the damage of this per second. So a little more than double of this damage per second, which is super strong. I mean, this is gonna be one of the strongest rifles for sniper builds. And imagine that with this passive. Would this 40% increase sniper damage affect the proc, or does the proc again get affected by firepower, by anomaly power? What does that proc get affected by? Is it always fixed based on the item level? There are so many questions I've got about some of those mod procs. I wish I had someone to ask those, to get answers from. See, the game guide tells you only so much. Things like those, the game guide doesn't seem to tell us. Or does it? I'm actually gonna check after this one. Let me check in the game guide. It doesn't say mod effects don't stack, meaning that two items with the same mod will grant this. Okay, just a moment. It doesn't say anything about the damage effects, but it says that they don't stack, which is okay. It's another thing I might have needed to know. It doesn't say anything. It doesn't say anything about the mod effects, if those can mod skills. Wish it said anything about mod skills. So yeah, I don't think it says anything about mod procs, mod based damage, damage from mods. And I'm wondering what that damage scales off of. I guess I'm gonna have to experiment eventually when the time comes. Stacking more anomaly power, or stacking more firepower, or just I think it's fixed. My guess is it's actually fixed, and it's always the same based on the item level, and no matter how much of any stat you've got, it's always gonna be that exact same number. And Immortals back says, are you gonna farm for another? Yeah, I'm up for another farming run if you want to join. I wouldn't mind it. Let me give you Immortal the code. C9 F3 B0 J9. Alright, I think this code will work even if I close this window. What's my goal for the demo? I've achieved my goal for the demo. To max out every character, to farm at least one legendary item. And to experiment a bit with different skills and find some blue mods and get some materials and resources. I mean, I've achieved my demo goal. I don't wanna max out all my accolades. I don't wanna farm every single legendary there is in the demo, because this is just boring. It's gonna be boring if I try to get all 10 legendary items in the demo. I just wanted to have enough of playtime to test Arion, and I wanted to make videos for every class. And tomorrow I'm making the final video with 9 or 10 kill recrafts for the Trickster by showing the Trickster 3. For the Devastator today, I had a lot of fun making some of the setups. One of my favorite Devastator setups I made today was where did it go? This is Technomancer, Devastator. Then where did I see? Oh, there we go, the new folder. This setup, I really love this armored up setup. Don't mind this, it says reflect bullets here is it's listed as a seismic, but it's not a seismic skill. But yeah, I really love this armored up setup because it's using this thing for extra armor, and it's not taking this capstone for the damage related stuff, but it's using this armor, this armor, this armor, and this armor, which is 80% armor, and then another, I think that was 40% armor here. And it all depends. This could be either a super good build or a super shitty build, depending on how effective armor is. So if armor ends up being super good, then that's nice. See, it has 110% armor increase. And 40% armor extra when using anomaly power for a total of 150. And see, gain additional 10% HP when an enemy dies in close range. Every close range kill heals you. The close range distance is increased by 4 meters, so instead of 10 it's 14 meters. You get resistance for each enemy within those 14 meters of you, and you do extra damage against enemies below 3% HP. So this is one of my favorite builds I made. I mean, I made 10, and this is the bleeding version. This is the bleeding version, and we know that certain things can cause bleed, such as Impale, Endless Mass. Wait, why does it show me the details? Okay, there we go. Impale, Endless Mass, Golem, only with the Bleeding Impulse armor mod. Reflect Bullets, only with the Blood Primer armor mod. Earthquake, only with the Blood Shock armor mod. And Gravity Leap, only with the Bloody Crush armor mod. So, Impale and Endless Mass can cause bleed. And see, if someone is not using a kinetic, they can just take this one here. But this is stacking 30% bleeding damage, 30% bleeding damage, 30% chance to bleed, no chance to bleed, duration to bleed, 30% duration to bleed. Then there's a protection skill cooldown here. There's a kinetic skill cooldown. Then there's seismic skill cooldown and another seismic skill cooldown here. And then this one that gives you, what was this? It was I don't see this here. I think it was kinetic skill damage or something like that. This one, no, it was seismic skill damage. This is seismic skill damage. But yeah, this is another interesting build for the bleed, and it can be very flexible if you don't need the bleeding duration, which I probably wouldn't want unless it's super strong on bosses. But I think I can reapply it before it expires, so I can probably remove those points and put them into here or here or here or even here. There's options, and Immortal is here, so let's start farming. But yeah, I've done my demo goal. My demo goal is just to get enough knowledge and to show people enough of the demo, and so we can have some fun, test all the heroes, get some mods and items. But yeah, I definitely had a lot of fun today for a couple of hours or so making those theory crafts, tinkering with them. Took a while to make that video today, probably another 6 hours of theory crafting and editing and photoshopping and all of that. So we have room for one more bar. If there's someone, if there's someone else who has decent DPS and wants to just farm together to see if three-man team would be wacky like yesterday, we've got that SWAT ready. Yeah, the game definitely has much more information than I expected in the in-game game guide. I didn't expect it to have such a detailed game guide. In fact, I normally don't expect games to have in-game game guides, like wiki inside the game. But when they do, I'm a big fan of it. I really appreciate when the developers go the extra mile to include all types of information about all types of things in the game. Sometimes when you're dead or downed, down but not dead, and there's an item drop, due to the filter that gets applied, a green beam sometimes seems to be orange and fools you into thinking a legendary dropped. This filter. But after watching a video of some people playing Endgame, the one in IGN, I realized how important critical mass will be for the survival of a team. Or the time bubble. Time bubble or critical mass, a team must have at least one of those to survive on the high tiers sufficiently well. Not critical mass, endless mass, my bad, endless mass. In fact, having both of them and taking turns, putting one up and then the other would be amazing. And I think reflect bullets would be amazing as well. And the spin to win skills kind of underwhelming for team play. Maybe for mobbing speedrunning on the easier difficulties, it could be nice. But yeah, endless mass, now much more sure that it's gonna be an amazing and very important skill for meta clearing, meta speed clear of a team. AoEs and endless mass. That's probably gonna be the best thing you can do to a team. And you can even do it endless mass, and then once they're grouped up, do the bubble to slow them so they don't spread out. But you can slow with other things, you don't need to use the bubble to slow them. You can save the bubble for the next group or whatever. And look at Pain Launcher and that AoE goodness of Pain Launcher, that burst damage. This would also be amazing. You group them up with Endless Mass and boom. Technomancer with Pain Launcher. Mayhem from up close. There's also gonna be there's gonna be a lot of use from Cold Snap. Another thing that's good for the group survival, Cold Snap on the Technomancer, and another thing that's very good for the whole group survival is there was this AoE Ash skill, I forgot the name, on the mage, on the Pyromancer. where you're just paralyzing everyone in AoE. You just got a new one, alright. A shotgun as well, nice, nice. I'm gonna, while you're checking your new one, I'm gonna clear out some weapons from the inventory. Which one is it? Is it a good one? Is it the Golem's Limp or the other one? I forgot its name. Eerie Master. Okay, so it's this one. No, this one. Critical point and weightlessness. Shots inflict time rift on enemies. Oh yeah, and the one that raises the enemies in the air. This is not really good for farming this enemy, by the way. For farming this enemy, weightlessness kind of makes it harder sometimes to hit the headshot, because it just lifts it. And but it's definitely a fun one. For solo play, it's gonna be amazing if you expect the lift, if you know when the lift is coming. And for team play, if you can lift a bunch of enemies at the same time. Let's say you group up 2-3 elites at the same place, and you just leave them all in the air, and then boom, some AoEs. Did you get it from the captain or from some of those trash mobs we killed? From the captain, okay. All right. It's actually very good. Very early in the team up, you getting a drop. I'm starting to think that playing in a group is better than solo for the drops, because most of the drops I've seen were actually both of my drops were in a team. And yesterday he got 2 weapons, I got 2 weapons. Today he gets one very early. It does sick DPS indeed. I can guess. It does definitely interesting DPS. Well, you now have what, 5-6 legendaries? That's pretty nice. I know you have one for each slot already. So you at least have 4 or 5 from what I know. I've only got 2 and 1 in the stash 3. You have 6 total, two times the migraine. Okay, so you've got 5. I'm talking about unique, different ones of the 10 ones, because there's 10. As far as I know, there's 10 items you can get in the demo. Well, you've got 50% of the things you can get. I've got 30% of the things I can get as bases. But that second migraine for you, you can have with a different second mod eventually. You can kind of have 2 different migraines for 2 different builds. Maybe one for one class, one for the other. Maybe one more tanky and one more DPSy, or one for damage over time, another for direct damage stuff. It's good to have repeats in this game. Maybe one for anomaly power builds, another one for firepower builds. Okay, my wood senses are tingling. Let's see. Is it my turn now? Is it my turn, or do I need to get 2 more? One more to get my turn. Yesterday you had to get 2, and then I got my one after that. So maybe it's still your turn to get another one before it's my turn. Two in a row. I'm fine. I'm gonna get items eventually. Whether I get the items now or later when the game is here, I'm not gonna start making any builds and stuff until I'm max level, until I'm level 30. I'm not even gonna go for level 50 items to make builds. Because if the build works at level 30 versus level 30 monsters, then with level 50 items versus level 50 items it will still work as well. If it scales properly. Obviously a lot of builds would be team builds and some builds would be solo builds, and team builds would be most likely what I focus on making first. Before the player-based windows and bleeds out and people start thinking more about solo builds. Because if you want quick speedruns of those stages for the best rewards, team probably would be the best choice. I like how it scales though. I like how it scales to prevent people in expeditions, to prevent people from destroying the content when they team up. If you didn't make the enemy stronger when you play with others, it would have been basically people steamrolling everything if they team up with 3 people. So they made it like that. I hope they increase the drop rates when you play with 3 people though. Even if it doesn't say so, I hope it actually does that somewhere in the back end. Morto says, I think world tier 15 will solve a lot of the... Well, world tier is separate from challenge tier. Challenge tier is on top of the world tier. Challenge tier is for expeditions, world tier is for everything else. And challenge tier 15 is gonna be the hardest thing to run. World tier 15 definitely solves the drop rate problems. Because that's like 12 times world tier 5. World tier 5 is 25. 25 times 12 is 300, which is world tier 15. So you're gonna have 12 times the drop rate modifier boost, maybe is the best way to word it. Because if the modifier is, let's say, if there's 1% chance or 0.1% chance, that modifier right now makes it to 1.25 or 0.125. But with world tier 15, it would be from 1% to 3% and from 0.1 to 0.3. Yeah, it takes long to wait to April 1st, but I'm only gonna make myself suffer if I keep playing this game in its current state, in the demo. I'd rather take my mind off of the game by playing something else, so that I kind of can manage it that way better. If I get distracted by another game to make myself not think much about this game. And then when the launch is soon, I can maybe do a little bit of a warm-up 1 or 2 days before the launch, going back to the demo for a bit. I probably would boot it up every now and then for an occasional farm, but not while streaming. I really hope the Torchlight 3 update is coming this or next week. I really hope I don't have to wait until the end of the month. And then on the 23rd there's Magic Legends. That's gonna keep me busy for a while. But until the 23rd, I need to figure out how to fill my stream slots and what type of game I'm gonna play. I was hoping the Division would keep me busy, the Division 2, but the Division 2 was so disappointing with those crashes. And there isn't anything I can do to fix it apparently. It either happens or doesn't. I mean, you can't use all 10 weapons at the same time. At best, you're using 3 legendaries at the same time. And while you level up, you can't level up all those legendaries because you're not gonna get enough resources to constantly keep leveling 10 legendary weapons. So by the time you need to use the other legendary weapons, you probably would have gotten enough materials to upgrade them, but before that you're better it's better off if a person sticks to upgrading a pistol and 2 main hand weapons, and for the whole playthrough just stick to those to keep upgrading them, increasing their level and stuff like that. And ideally those 2 main weapons would be with different ammo types in case you run out of ammo for one. So you can have something to fall back on. What I would like to get is pistols and a shotgun. So I can have assault rifle, shotgun and pistols. Or SMG, actually I would like to get an SMG. But shotgun is probably gonna be what I use. So shotgun and SMG on a Devastator would be perfect. The Shotty Boy Devastator build is probably what I'm gonna try running while leveling up. What's up, Vampish? Welcome back, Vampish. Nice seeing you again. How's the demo treating you, Vampish? Did you get any new sweet wood? I'm wondering what to stream tomorrow. Maybe I can go back to last epoch and finish my Blade Dancer leveling up. Although I don't really feel like playing that game specifically, but maybe it's time to return to it. Let's see. Keeping it going. Oh, no, I definitely gotta remember before the launch to come back to the demo and get my world tier 5 all the way up. So that on launch I would need just 1 or 2 kills to get world tier 6. But the world tiers are actually very quick to get while you're doing the story. You would be probably world tier 15 before you even reach the end of the story. If the first chapter gets you to like world tier 5 or 6, then yeah, the next one probably could get you all the way to 15 if it's just as long or longer. Most likely it's gonna be longer. And since we know there's gonna be 10 altered enemies, 10, we fought 1. Does that mean there's gonna be just as many chapters, or are we gonna start fighting 2 of those per chapter or 3 of those per chapter? Let's say we fight 3 of those per chapter, and there's 3 more chapters for a total of 10 altered enemies and 4 chapters on the story with 4 different outposts and towns or whatever. That's gonna be a decent number. This time it took a lot of time to kill him. Anomaly power. So those shards, we keep getting those shards. I'm wondering how many shards would be needed to level up certain items. Oh, I think I'm placing it in a very bad place with main launcher, and it just ended up hitting the wall. Come on, Strekwood one. It doesn't happen as often as one might want it, as you know. Oh, he got pushed away from the explosions by the knockback. Shohei is back. Welcome back. Konnichiwa, Shohei. How's it going? Well, apart from the two from today and the one in my stash, I have gotten 0 today. So I've just still got those two that I had before, the from yesterday, the sniper and the assault rifle. Normally I would like to have an SMG, shotgun and pistol for my playthrough. If not SMG, at least I can use this assault rifle. Good farming. Yeah, those two are from yesterday. Those two were from yesterday. Gendrek is saying good afternoon. Good afternoon to you, Gendrek, although it's evening here. Shohei wants a legendary shotgun. Me too, because I want to make a Devastator shotty boy build, kind of. I wanna test if a shotty boy can survive in the story. I really want that. Oh, what the fuck? Did you see what happened? Something exploded so hard. It exploded so hard it made me jump. Who said there's no jumping in the game? Who said there's no jumping in the game? You just gotta get a little bit clever with certain things to make yourself jump. I also really love how good shotguns are in this game. In many games, shotguns are kind of underwhelming in shooter-wooters, although in Borderlands 3 there were some amazing ones. See, in Borderlands 2 the conference call was amazing. In Borderlands 3 it was okay. Kind of was disappointed how bad the conference call felt when Borderlands 3 released. Not sure how it is right now, maybe they improved it, maybe not. This filtering keeps the filter keeps messing with me, making me think it drops legendary. Because it just looks orange when that blood splatter on the sides of the screen covers a green item's beam. I think it dropped. No, it's just that effect, that fire effect. That fire effect also throws me. I can't show you where, but there was this fire there. Yeah, I like to farm on the techno because I don't have to shoot as much on it, especially when doing solo. When doing solo, I can only shoot 2-3 bullets and still kill the enemy with this setup I've got. Showcase says it's ridiculous how some of the guns from the new DLC are so OP from Borderlands 3. I haven't played the new Borderlands 3 content, DLCs and stuff, so I can't tell you anything about that. But normally they've been doing that in new DLCs, in new seasonal events or whatever. Everything is super overpowered to force you to come back to the game to farm those new items before the event expires. And just like how it was in the first Halloween event, there were some super overpowered builds as a result. Yeah, exactly. It's a shame because in Borderlands 2 we had some good DLCs with some good items that were super strong and they were walked behind the DLC. But there were some good things in the non-DLC content as well in Borderlands 2. I really wish I would know how many shards I would need for some of the upgrades. I might check some of the screenshots I've got to see how many shards they were using there. This one doesn't use shards. This one doesn't use shards. This one doesn't use shards. The SMG from the new DLC doing a sniper damage in one shot. Whoa! Okay, okay. they weren't messing around there with bad balance. Yeah, the one thing I want numbers for The one thing I want numbers for is how many shards I would need for the thing that consumes them. As I shown today earlier. This is where you use shards for race attributes. Raise attributes is for shards. Three burst SMG, but still melts everything the game in the game. Okay. See, even though Outriders is not a game as a service, and they don't have any specific plans for after the game launches, that doesn't mean it may not get an expansion. They might decide, hey, making an expansion is good, or maybe they might just go straight for making a second game, and then 2 years from now or 3 years from now we maybe could get Outriders 2. By the time people maybe could have gotten bored from Outriders 1 and want something new. But I don't see why in this game it won't fit adding DLCs. For extra enemies, extra content, extra expeditions to run, extra items with patches. But I find it very weird why people call gaming as a service live service. When the way I understand it, live service is when the game is live. It's on a server, it's not offline. But many people refer to gaming as a service as a live service game. And I've been researching, reading on Google all sorts of things about this. And yeah, people do actually refer to it with the other term. So raise attributes is the one thing they didn't show us in the crafting, and that's the one thing that consumes shards. I wish they would have shown us this thing. Does anyone know if we have cap on shards? Are the shards capped at 10,000, 5,000, 3,000? Because I've got like 1,600 of anomaly power shards, 1,700 of the HP shards. I need to read that Reddit post to see exactly how much the cap is for the demo. If there is one, even. $10K seems to be the thing, or 5K. From what I'm seeing. Let's go on Reddit post. So yeah, the Reddit post doesn't say anything about capping shards. Does anyone know how to bring that window in the game that tells you everything that's capped and at what numbers? I just wonder if it mentioned anything about sharp caps there. Yeah, Gandrex says he doesn't remember limit on shards. I don't remember one either. It seems strange, but it's fine. I guess give us no limit on the shards. Let us update attributes. The guide section doesn't say anything about the demo, in particular about those caps. I can check though. I'm gonna check again. But yeah, as I said, shards is used to raise things like on this weapon it would be armor pierce, on this armor it would be max HP and things like that. That's where you use this. So anomaly power, HP, and so on. The white thing, the thing in a white background. It doesn't say anything about the demo here. And about that cap, it's fine. I'm looking for information about shard caps. That's what I'm looking for. About if there is a limit on shards you can get during the demo. Because if I have 1700 of one type, and maybe some people have 2, 3, 4, 5,000 already, if they were grinding non-stop. Just wondering if someone has managed to reach a cap at all. Maybe it's the default cap and the default cap may be super high. So imagine someone grinding for another month until the game launches. How many shards would that person have until then? Some hardcore demo grinder. The demo veteran. The demo veteran. The demo vet. Let's see. Kind of refuses to drop today. Although it's too early. It's too early. We're only like around hour and a bit in the farm. What do you mean 8k firepower from disenchanting? I didn't know you get this much. I know the firepower bases are high, like on a level 49 weapon you have almost 90,000 firepower, but you don't get all of it from disenchanting. See, on those items I get around 9. From an item with 40 anomaly I get 9 on the shard. They're waiting, they're gonna... either announce it or show it sometime before the game launches, or just let us find out when the game is here. I mean, you can't expect for the developers to tell you every single thing there is to know about the game before it launches. They gotta leave something for us to discover ourselves. Oh, max shards for the demo, okay. I thought you were talking about how many shards are needed to upgrade. No, max shards for the demo, whatever it is, good luck to the person who is trying to find out. Good work to the person trying to find out what that cap is. Then it's probably the cap of the final game, and that's probably gonna be thousands of shards. I'm gonna look through that video where the developers are disenchanting a Thunderbird to see how much they got for the Thunderbird they disenchanted. I think it was level 17 Thunderbird, if I'm not mistaken. So it's not high level, but at least I can kind of compare it to what we get right now. And see what percentage of the total firepower of the Thunderbird he got from disenchanting it. Actually, it's not even the firepower that he gets. He gets that that second SWAT, which would be whatever it was there on the Thunderbird. Yeah, in that crafting video that they made, they disenchanted the Thunderbird to take the mod out of it. Is it this Thunderbird, the level 17 Thunderbird? So they should have gotten, I'm gonna open it in a moment. I think they, it was status damage, anomaly power, I need to check. They should have gotten 3 types of shards from this one, because it has 3 of those attributes. So the attributes on this one are crit damage, status power and close range damage. So when they disenchanted it, they should have gotten one batch of this. Oh, status power seems to be the shard thing. So they should have gotten status power shards when disenchanting it. Or does that indicate that the status power was boosted with raised attributes? There was this shard symbol on top of it. I'm gonna open some other screenshots to see where the status power rests. On my current legendary, the shard symbol is on weapon life leech. On this one it's on long range damage. So this is the one I think that you get as a shard when you dismantle. So does that mean we can only boost one of those things, the one with the shard symbol? Or does it mean we only get one of those things when we dismantle the one with the shard symbol? So many questions that I can't wait to find out once I start dismantling stuff. We should be able to swap them. We'll see. We'll see very soon. Not much left before we know for sure. I got a legendary, which one? No, I didn't. Oh, well, it went to the stash. It went to the stash, I guess. Maybe. Oh, if it's the pistols, it's in a different inventory. Never mind. I'm gonna check my pistol inventory. If I got the pistols, that's very nice. And that's actually amazing because I really wanted pistols. Oh yeah, they're here. And I think my game just crashed. And yeah, the game crashed. Not sure if you're seeing, you're probably not seeing it, but it says WoW level fatal error, file unknown, line X, which is 1350, F malloc bint, attempt to relocate an unrecognized block. Okay, some memory related stuff, I guess. So I'm gonna have to restart the game. Just a moment. There we go, Outriders demo, start. Yeah, at least I got one and it's pistols. It's actually pretty nice. Now I have a now I can alternate. If I can get a shotgun or an SMG, it will be perfect. I got another roughly 2 hours of grinding to do. Should I send you an invitation? I mean, not an invitation. What's its name? The code. Should I give you the code to continue the grind? Whomever wants to join, let me know. Okay, you don't have much time today, and that's fine. That is fine. In the meantime, let's watch that video where they were dismantling.
Peggy 18.
When they were dismantling, I wanna see how much they got from dismantling this one.
And with my much higher level now, I decided to dismantle it and go for the mods. Quick piece of
Let's
Of
see.
intel though.
He got 2 titanium.
If a weapon
It didn't say anything about the
already had a legendary
shards.
weapon called Thunderbird earlier in the game.
It didn't say
And with my
anything
much
about
higher
how
level
many shards he got.
Now, I decided to dismantle it and go for the mods. Quick piece of intel though.
Yeah, we don't know how many shards he got.
If a weapon already has 2 mods slotted, you can
Huh. I can't know now. Did he get
the
this
game. And with my much higher level
this crit damage? He should have gotten. Wait. That seems like a different weapon.
exactly.
Just pay
frozen
attention.
enemies that
Pay
get
attention
struck by lightning.
closely.
So let's get to it. Luckily, I found a legend.
This one is 15 crit damage, 16 status power, 8 close range damage, and the shard is on status power.
Legendary weapon called Thunderbird earlier in the game. And with my
Crit damage,
much higher
status
level
power, close range. Crit damage, status power, close range. But this one is 16, not 15. And the shard is not on status power, but on crit damage. So... Is it the same weapon? Is it a different weapon? Why the different numbers? And yeah, we can't know how much shards they've got though. But he did get 2 titanium. They're the same item level, level 17. They are both level 17. It's a different one, but they're both level 17. I can open the video again. Oh no, not this video.
Peggy 18.
bills. And if just freezing bullets replaced slotted bird earlier in the game.
Firepower
And with my much
846.
higher level.
And this one is firepower 866. It's definitely different weapon, but with the same stats, but the shard moved. But they're both level 17.
Now, I
They're both level
decided to
17.
dismantle it and go for the mods. Quick piece of
Where did you say it showed he got crit damage from dismantling? Am I blind or something?
Peggy 18.
but that effect throw slaps him. And if a weapon already had a weapon called Thunderbird earlier in the game,
You're
and
saying
with my
to
much
watch
higher
the corner.
level now,
Bottom right looked like crit
I
damage.
decided to dismantle it and go for the mods. Quick piece of intel there. If a weapon al-
Oh yeah, 17 shards of crit damage. At level 17. So you get 1 shard for every level. At level 9 we get 9 shards. At level 17 we get 17 shards. At level 50 we're gonna get 50 shards. Seems pretty straightforward to me. Good. Question answered. All right, let's see those pistols. Like that. So yeah, 1 shard per level seems to be the formula. Fuck, I messed up. I had the wrong weapon equipped. I want pistols. There we go. I want the pistols equipped. I had the shotgun and I wasted my blighted rounds on the shotgun. And not really liking those pistols, but I'm not triggering their effect. I'm not triggering the effect, so what was the effect again? The effect was it's reloading. So those are all about reloading, and you will need quick reload speed, I guess. They look nice. They look nice. Now I'm just missing a shotgun and an SMG, and I would be set for the final version of the game. Because I want shotgun, SMG, and pistols. Those are automatic pistols, and I like it. Like the voodoo, where you have to mark multiple targets. Yeah, but the voodoo at least applies vulnerability. But yeah, it would be nice for AoE stuff. I think it would work very well on shotguns. Shotguns with low magazine size would be amazing for this mod. Because with one shot you can hit multiple enemies and mark them. I think if you take the voodoo and the pistol mod and put them on a shotgun, you can have some amazingly fun combo. Taking this one, the what's its name? Taking ultimate damage link and taking judgment enforcer, putting it on a shotgun, and have some fun with it. Using what was that skill? Endless mass. Using endless mass on this thing, it would be so fun, and it would work very well against the bosses. It would work very well against those two bosses. And someone just subscribed to my channel, Ricardo Gambaro. Thank you very much, Ricardo, if you're watching, for the sub. Welcome to the channel. I think on those bosses, the brood mothers.
Peggy 18.
Those ones. See those where you're fighting two brood mothers. If you link those together, and if you do that with a shotgun, it's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be pretty fun. Alright, let's keep going. There's a gear set in Division 2 that does it, similar. Okay, nice concept. This damage linking is kind of like in Borderlands Amara. Has a skill that raises an enemy and you can chain other enemies to link it to it, and you can shoot at that enemy and then all the others will take extra damage. And that's actually pretty fun. I forgot the name of the skill, but I used to love playing with that skill. It was one of my favorite Amara skills. Something grasp, the grasp, whatever grasp it was, I forgot it. It's been a while since I played Borderlands 3. But yeah, I've had a lot of fun today making those Devastator combo setups. And tomorrow I'm gonna be uploading the video for the Trickster. And I can't wait to delve into the Trickster 3 to start thinking about some fun builds, some fun theory crafts for the skill points. Devastator's, yeah, Devastator's probably gonna be the first I level up. I just love. I think it's gonna be nice for team play because a good Devastator and a good Technomancer can take a team's survivability to a new level. I think a decent Devastator or a decent Technomancer or both of them in the team would mean a lot for the whole team's survivability. Especially a Technomancer buffing the whole team for extra damage and healing and stuff like that. And I love the skills. I love Endless Mass. See, in Borderlands, my first playthrough was Amara, and it was a melee Amara. And yeah, here I'm gonna try and do some close range shotgun based, maybe melee Devastator. I want a Shotty Boy. My Shotty Boy setup is this one. Where did it go? Shotty Boy. Where is it? The Shotty Boy. That's the Shotty Boy. That's kind of... I'm gonna have something similar when I level up. See, you need 4 points to unlock the shotgun damage, which is pretty good. Only 4 points needed for this one. And yeah, I'm probably gonna try something like this as my first playthrough while I'm leveling up solo. And then when I move to a team play, I'm probably gonna move to something like the Armored Up. Or maybe move to something with more support for the team. Like, what was it? Havoc Warden? No, Havoc Warden was the damage oriented thing. Oh, that's not bad one. But which one was it? Havoc and Armor? No. This one's also a very interesting one, but not the one I wanna do. The buff tank is pretty nice for end game runs in a team. This one doesn't apply the buff to your team, and this one doesn't apply the buff to your team, but the champion paladin warden is pretty decent. You like the stats window? Oh yeah, keep in mind in the stats window it's listing reflect bullets under seismic, but it's actually a protection skill. Reflect bullets is a protection skill. If you want the link for this calculator, it's just a moment. Paradox.zux github.io. I'm gonna copy paste it. I don't know the name of the person who made it on Discord. But I wouldn't mind yeah, telling him to fix that if I knew the exact name of the person who made it. Okay, where did that go? But yeah, it's a very good calculator, and this one would be very good for endgame runs, and maybe you might want to include Outrider Commander, because Outrider Commander increases the healing and shield of your allies, especially if you run a Trickster in your team, and that shield increase, and if everyone in the team is running Shield Maiden mods and stuff like that, that would be pretty decent. Where did the rifle and the marksman go? I guess it died. But Devastator is gonna be my first hero to level up for sure. It's just very tempting with all the fun stuff that I've seen there. You've been looking for a calculator. Well, enjoy it. It's a new one. The guy made it yesterday, and I just forgot to write down the name. I forgot to write down the name of this dude, and I probably need to just start looking it up into the Discord. And I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna look up the Discord history and see the name of the person who first posted this, and then PM him to maybe fix certain things there. It's a very good calculator. The guy deserves all the credit for that. He didn't leave his Discord info on the website, so I'm gonna just have to look it up. So yeah, tomorrow I will be using that calculator again as well. But yeah, today I came up with 10 different setups for the Devastator, and I could have done much more. I could have done much more. For example, let me open my browser and share it with everyone. Let's just a moment. Is it showing everything? Almost everything. So if I go Devastator, this skill would be very nice for teams. If I want something better for a team, maybe. This one's nice if you expect to die and you want to be able to return to the team, to not leave your team hanging. For team play, maybe for the hardest content, this would be nice. So we don't know whether armor would be good or not. If armor is shit, resistance would be the way to go. What else is good for a team? I don't think there's anything to buff your teammates. But let's say you want reflect bullets on a better cooldown. That's gonna mean this protection is needed, and maybe getting even more buff here by stacking more HP. If you want to be full tank rather than taking offensive stuff, if you want to be full tank, I would probably go this and maybe this. Although this one is very annoying because this one requires enemies being alive, and I'm not a big fan of how this requires enemies being alive. But let's say you want extra HP, so your max armor, max HP, max protection cooldown, and some resistance. Maybe instead of that extra HP you can take this resistance, and then your max resistance, max armor, and almost max HP, which is very strange. Why the HP? Oh yeah, I think that would be a very good proper tanky setup. In fact, maybe you don't even need this. Maybe you can go that way: max armor, max HP, max resistance, max protection, skill cooldown. And you have increased all healing and shields of you and your teammates. This is the only thing. Let me check allies. Only one thing for allies, and this is probably gonna be a very good setup for a tank for the whole team. This one is also not bad. This one is also not a bad thing to use. This extra damage mitigation. So maybe instead of this resistance, or maybe instead of this HP, taking this, and that's good enough as well. But if you're taking this, might as well take the kinetic skill cooldown. And then there's another kinetic skill cooldown here. So something like this won't be bad. And if resistance is not that important. But yeah, there's so many things one can do. I can just go on and play with that all day and make all sorts of different setups, builds, theory crafts. Just a moment. Need to remove this. Boom. In the demo, armor definitely doesn't scale very well, but we don't know how it will be later on, because we barely have as much armor here. But yeah, I don't think armor scales well, but I mean, the amount of armor one would have later on in the game would be pretty solid. I mean, let's look at the level 49 or whatever. Let me check what screenshots I've got. What's the highest level? This is max level, but not max power level, not max item level. Let's see someone more suited. This one is armor 8200, and this one is armor. I can't see the armor here, but this one armor 8200, armor 8200, armor 3100. Oh, this one is level 28. So 8200 armor seems to be pretty solid. And look at this, how much armor it gives you. 2300 just from that level 30 item. Probably not even upgraded or anything, not even boosted. And they're level 30, they're not even level 50. Yeah, I don't think there's trading in the game. As far as I know, there isn't any trading in the game. But yeah, that's gonna be interesting. If they would implement something like that. Most likely they wouldn't, but... Let me quickly check something. Alright, let's go. But yeah, with the challenge tiers, oh shit, I put the turret in the very best spot. With the challenge tiers, since the enemies don't drop and you get the loot at the end from the resource spot or whatever, the world tier has no effect as far as I can tell on the enemies. It would be challenge tier in expeditions, not world tier. World tier would be for the world, not for the expeditions. And yeah, getting that sweet legendary wood reward when you clear out the map under the first threshold would be pretty sweet. How's my armor right now? 956. See, I've got physical damage reduction. Physical is how much of the damage I'm taking is actually physical, though. See, resistance is the protection provided by your gear against anomaly attacks and status damage. So this is against all sorts of bleeding, burning, toxic, and against enemy skills. So versus a boss that for example, like Gauls and the lightning strikes, armor won't help you. Resistance is what you need against Gauls, or Gauls, whatever you pronounce it. And this is against enemy physical attacks, which I mean is bullets, melee hits and stuff like that. That's probably gonna be what it is. Yeah, they've gone through such lengths to include hover tooltips on every single thing. Guides about almost everything you can think of in the game, in-game guide. I wish it would spawn me with the revolver equipped when I die. It keeps spawning me with the assault rifle as the main weapon. I mean, as the assault rifle equipped in hand. But it's definitely fun playing with that skill tree. And I like that it's not too complicated. They didn't make an overly complicated system in terms of making builds. The most basic stuff is, yeah, the skills, and then trying to synergize with mods. Obviously, when you consider this mod taken from that weapon, put on another weapon, and this armor mod and that armor mod, then things get much more complicated and detailed. But if you want something basic, just by not even using the crafting, only for upgrades, most people should be able to figure out the things. It doesn't seem that complicated, the skill tree. And I like that. It's not Path of Exile type of complicated skill tree. I wonder if playing on a Devastator gives me better chance to get the Golem Slim. And if playing on a Technomancer, a better chance to drop a Sniper and things like that. Okay. Those accolades, eventually I'm gonna get them all, but not in the demo. I just don't have the patience to play as much as needed to get those accolades in the demo. And you can't even get all of those in the demo. But there's a high number of accolades you can get in the demo. The majority of them you can get. You can probably get level 20 something accolade level, 25, 6 or whatever, if you get everything there is to get, without the hidden ones that you need to progress the story further to get. People say that when you're gathering, the accolade still keeps counting, even though you can only get 10 titanium and stuff like that. You can still gather and get that gathering accolade up, even though the cap is 10 titanium. Did you see how it looked as if it was a legendary when I moved a little bit my camera so that the blood splatter could cover the green beam? It could fool people. Come on. And I'm actually big ups for to people can try for the demo. Unlike some other companies that would only pick a selected number of big streamers to give them access to the first chapter of the game to stream and to show their viewer base, they just gave the demo everyone. Instead of trying to generate hype by limiting the number of people who can play the demo, they just let everyone have it. Streamers, non-streamers, big time, small time, players who just want to test it for themselves instead of watching others play. Much better than what Borderlands did by only giving specific streamers of their own access to the first chapter, to the first few quests, and to just try and generate unnecessary hype. That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. Release the demo, let people test it, and if they like it, they're gonna buy it. That's pretty good strategy in my opinion. And I'm assuming the number of pre-purchases in the first few days after the demo has spiked. I can't tell you because I don't see the statistics myself, but most likely it spiked. Someone mentioned something about the game being top sales on Steam in the last few days or so. It's been number 2 behind Valheim for a few days. That's pretty nice. I mean, if only Valheim is beating it, then then it's definitely a good news for the devs. I hope they make back everything that was invested in marketing and all of that, and then some for extra bonuses. Because I really haven't enjoyed the quality of life in a Wooter game as much as I did in this one ever since Chronicon. Chronicon was the only other Wooter game that I think had sufficient amount of quality of life in terms of what you do with an item after it drops. It's good to see some developers actually like giving us that quality of life instead of forcing us to grind for hundreds of hours just to get that one item ready before we move on to the next item of that single build. So yeah, definitely my kind of game. At least that's what it shows here for you in the US. Okay. Oh, it's decent. It's definitely decent news to know that a game like this is piquing people's interest. It's not your typical battle royale PvP game, and yeah, not everyone likes games without PvP, but I love them. I love games without PvP. It's good to see that there's many people who love games without PvP. What's strange about Valheim is probably the majority of the people who play Valheim don't like PvP. And play it as more of a PvE kind of game and try to avoid conflict and stuff like that. And it's very interesting how the more peaceful players probably make the majority of the player base of Valheim. So even Care Bears can enjoy Valheim. Even if I went to play it, I might enjoy it. Although I just can't play survival games. They're just something that makes me very bored of having to build a base and stuff like that, and gather resources and everything, and having to make my weapons and all of that. I like making my weapons in games, but not the way it is done in survival games. I like having a town, an outpost I can return to and trade and stuff like that. And not losing progress and things like this. No, Valheim is not just PvE. As far as I know, Valheim is like a Battle Royale survival. It's like Conan Exiles and Rust. Unless my understanding is wrong about it, but I think there's PvP there. Like Conan Exiles and Rust. Unless they made it a PvE, a survival game where you can't fight others. Had a stutter, so you refunded. I'm not gonna even try it. I know it's not my kind of game. This is my kind of game. This is as close as it gets to my kind of game as I've gotten it from a long time ago. It's been very hard to find a game that ticks every single box there is that needs getting ticked. Even Torchlight 3 doesn't tick every single box because it whacks all the quality of life this game gives me. But I still enjoy Torchlight 3 and I can't wait for the next patch so I can return to the game. And hopefully get extra character slots so I can actually start leveling new heroes again. Did I like Torchlight 3 more than Chaos Bane? Yeah, probably liked it more. There are some things in Chaos Bane I like more because they just done better, like the freedom of respecking without needing to farm respectacles. Much better that way. I don't like how I need to farm respectacles in Torchlight 3. It would have been much better if it was like Chaos Bane. Free to respect all the time as much as you want. I don't like the permanent choice of the subclass. I would have liked being able to change subclasses by talking to an NPC. That way I wouldn't need to level up so many heroes. And in its current state, I definitely think we need to have 20 character slots if we can't change subclasses, so we can have one of each combo. I don't like the endgame. The endgame is very bad. The power creep in Torchlight 3, where you get stronger items the higher you go into the fuzzier, is the worst thing that has happened to the game ever since I started playing it. Because it limits their options for adding future type of endgame. But there are a lot of things I do like in Torchlight 3. I like how sets work. You need 3 pieces out of 6, and you can mix and match 3 pieces of one set with 3 pieces of another set to get certain bonuses. I like the legendarium system and in general how the items are. I just don't like that I can't reroll the stats on one item. I can't reroll the values on those stats as well. I don't like that I can't... if an item has 2 sockets, I wish I could just replace one of the sockets, not all of them, at the same time by removing what's in both of them. There are just so many things I wish I could do in it to negate that bad RNG. But Chaosbane, for example, has very bad itemization. Only 4 sets per class. You must wear the full set to get the most out of it. And it's limiting you into using that skill with that set. It's kind of boring. It's Diablo 3 all over. But I do like the potion system in Chaosbane. I don't like the potion system in Torchlight 3. It's terrible. It's atrociously bad. In Chaosbane it's nice. So each game has things that I like and don't like. And they're completely different, in completely different areas, the things I like and don't like. And I think that the things in Torchlight 3 that I like are in the more important areas, like the itemization and diversity and things like this. Let's see. But I'm looking for suggestions what I could play and stream starting tomorrow. Is there any specific game from the ones I normally stream that people would like to see me return to? Are there any new free-to-play suggestions or demo suggestions to test? I'm just looking for something new now. To keep me busy for a while. Until the Torchlight 3 patch and the Magic Legends launch. Division 2, no, it keeps crashing. I can't do Division 2. I already gave up and uninstalled. I'm not gonna go and keep trying to play a game that keeps crashing. I also want to play the Outriders full game, but we ain't getting that soon. Although it is still soon, 1 month is actually soon. At least for me, for my understanding, it's soon. Yeah, I mean, if the game is gonna be crashing as much as the Division 2 crashes on me, it's just madness to try and play it. The last time it kept crashing, it was like one day it doesn't crash, the next day it crashes. The third day it doesn't crash, the fourth day it crashes. No, I barely overclock at all. I'm not the kind of person that really cares much about overclocking. It's not anything to do with overclocking. The CPU is stock, the RAM is stock. The GPU is a little bit, a very tiny bit, you can barely even call that clock. And I've tried without the clock and it's still the same, so it's not the overclock that does that. that makes it work or not. System file checker, I think I tried that. I think one of the guides said to try it. I'm not sure, maybe it's a different thing than what I've used. What the system file checker? I'm not the only one, Gandrek. If you Google Division 2 crashes, you're gonna see there's hundreds of players getting crashes in the Division. What the system file checker do? Most likely I just need to reinstall my Windows. Mostly I need to reinstall Windows because normally it's good to reinstall the operating system every few months, not few, but let's say 6 or 12 months, and I haven't reinstalled it in a long time. But I don't want to lose some of my system installation files and stuff like that, and if I were to reinstall Windows, I would definitely do a clean reinstall with formatting my C drive. I can check this system file checker later to see if there's something that's corrupted, but I'm running a legit Windows. I'm not even running a cracked Windows. I'm running a legit Windows copy. Got that OEM license or whatever it's called. So it shouldn't be my Windows that that has a problem. But yeah, I can try and run this software later. I wonder if I start running it now, if it's gonna slow down my PC too much. VLC player crashing because I put 0.25 speed. You tried putting 0.25 speed and scrolling in a video. It's just VLC itself. When I put it to 0.25 speed and I start scrolling, skimming through, it just starts stuttering and stops loading. Now it's better to just shut it down and do it. I don't crash with VLC player if I run it at 1.0 speed. Or if I run it at a faster speed. It normally happens when I run it at slow speed. Sky, eat your food. You haven't eaten your food earlier. He's sitting here and asking for more food, but he has food he hasn't finished. Stop rubbing against me, Sky. he's rubbing his cheeks in my feet. Where are you? Now he ran away. I tried to grab him, he ran away and said "Meh." Come back to Borderlands 3 for DLCs. I don't want to pay any more to Borderlands 3. When I bought the game, I bought the $100 edition that gave me the first 4 DLCs. From those first 4 DLCs, I only played the first one. The other 3 I've not even played since I've quit before they even got released. So the last DLC I played in Borderlands, I think, was it was either the one with the cartels or the one with the Hammerwalk story with the marriage, Love and Tentacles or whatever it was called. One of those, whichever was the latter, the cartels or the But the cartels was not a DLC, it was event. So I've played DLC too. Okay, I've played from those 4 DLCs, 2 of the DLCs. That's the ones I've played. From the new ones and the other one, I mean, this guy debate me. He doesn't like getting picked up. See, every day I give him medicine, and the way I give him medicine is I take 1 pill and crush it. Actually, I take half a pill and crush it, and then I take a little bit of powder and put it on top, and then I put some water in a syringe without a needle, just the syringe, and I put the powder, the crushed powder in there, and I shake it, and then I grab him, and then I hold his mouth so he could open it and spray the syringe inside. So he just doesn't like getting health, because he most of the time he thinks it's gonna be medicine. He's here now. I'm not sure if you see him over here. Okay, eat guy, eat your food. But yeah, I have to do that every day twice. Although the pill that I crush in the morning or noon, I don't give him that pill in the evening. In the evening I just give him the powder. And then I give him as a treat something very nice. He loves that thing I give him as a treat. In fact, I can show you now what I give him as a treat. Something for his hair balls. For his hair balls, to just dissolve them. There's this paste he really loves. In a moment, I'm gonna give it just a moment. I'm gonna go and grab it. Fresh one. So at least I give him a treat, a reward when he's a good boy. It's not hairy balls though. At least it's not hairy balls. It's just hair balls. And I give him this thing, which is kind of to dissolve, so he doesn't puke. Because when he pukes the medicine and stuff like that, and it's just not good for his kidneys. But yeah, normally I give him this, and he really loves it. I'm gonna show you once he's done eating. I'm gonna put him here and show you how he loves this. He eats it straight from the tube. Straight from the tube. And he loves it. It's his favorite thing ever. It's called duo mouth paste. Duo mouth paste. In my screen it's mirror image, so you're seeing it backwards. Yeah, that's kind of what it is. Helps with hair balls, energy, no added sugar. And it has well, it's in Polish and Bulgarian, so I can't read it in English, I guess. But it has oils and fat, milk and milk products with shit, how do I translate this? With vegetable, not vegetable, with vegetation, like some sort of plants, let's say plant-based products. There's malt extract 12%, and there's minerals. Alright, let's show you how he eats this. This guy, come here. Is he... Can you see him? Let me check. You can see him here. Look at that. Alright, take some more. And normally I give him this as a reward after taking the medicine for being a good boy. He doesn't do hissing sounds or anything like that. He just tries to run away. He tries to run away normally. But I'm gonna give him more medicine later and more of this later. But okay, a little bit of a treat today for him. And he loves it. Okay, he's shedding a lot now. He's probably changing to spring fur soon, spring coat. So he's shedding a lot. He's a cute cat, yeah. Definitely, definitely. I'm not a dog or a cat person, I'm an animal person. I like cute animals. But he's not like typical cats. Normally he plays like this a bit, although sometimes he wants to play when I'm working a lot. When I'm editing and stuff, he starts running around and making weird noises and wants to play. Right now he's probably not in the playful mood much. He's not in the mood now. Let's see. Alright, we've got some more time. We've got like 40 minutes or so left of grinding. Will we get another one to drop? Profi says, hey Strek, hope you have a good day so far. Do you got any word on a transmog system yet? The only answer you can find is no. Yeah, I don't know about a transmog system. But since there will be skins that you unlock, there's gonna be some sort of a transmog system where you apply those skins one way or another. Most likely it's the thing that's hidden. If we go to customization, if we go here, this thing is probably the transmog over here, the one that's locked. Look at that, he kind of started playing a little. They said if there is a lot of demand, they might add one later. Oh, okay, that's good to know. That's good to know. So they're thinking of adding more based on what people want. So it's not like they're... If they said something like that, believe me, they're not gonna be done after the game launches. And just leave it rot the way it is. They're gonna try and at least do some improvements. Even if they don't add new content, most likely they're gonna do some sort of improvements one way or another. This little furbo. This little furbo. I'm not sure how much of me playing with him you could see because the camera is positioned in a different place and it probably doesn't show much. Okay, he stepped down now. He escaped my paint launcher. Very, very nice. The forum was I've never been. I didn't even know there's some forums. Which forum? Is it Square Enix forum, or is it a specific Outriders forum? Might go and check it. Ah shit, I wasted my bited rounds on the wrong item. It's weird how he looks differently. He runs in a different way with the two pistols. Pretty nice. So close to 30 out of 30 weapons, so let's dismantle some. And another accolade tier. We keep getting those accolades. Yeah, hopefully before the game is out they give us some more information of all sorts. I mean, they've got a month, that's plenty of time. Even if they do an extra video every week or an extra blog post every week, that's enough. But there's definitely gonna be a skins system. It may not be a transmog system to take skins of one item and another, but there's gonna be a system to acquire skins. Because how else are we gonna use the Chaos Ranger skins? So they can repurpose that system to a full-fledged transmog. To the one in similar to the one in Torchlight 3. But yeah, transmog shouldn't be a priority for developers. If there's more pressing matters to add, obviously those should be prioritized. But it's definitely a good thing to add eventually in a game. Kind of messed up. I mean, why does the game always start me with the main weapon? I want, when I load up, to load with the pistols equipped. Is it so difficult? So I can every time respawn with my pistols in my hands. It doesn't seem to remember what weapon I had equipped when I died. Cindy got a legendary today. Got it from a post-death kill, so it didn't count as a drop using auto wood. Interesting. But it should have counted with accolades. If you go to your accolades, if you go here... Oh wait, where was it? If you go over here in accolades and go to item management, under legendary weapons, did it count towards this one? I'm wondering. Yeah, it's definitely weird how it didn't count towards the progress. Those pistols are fun, automated duo pistols, I love it. By the way, in this game I guess every single pistol is duo. I don't think I've seen pistols that are not duo, and I like it. Look at where the turret got spawned. On top. Pretty nice place to spawn the turret. Is this pain and agony or something? What do you mean pain and agony? It's the dual pistol, the legendary dual pistol. I forgot the name. Wait, where did the captain go? Where did the captain go? Did I kill him? I think he teleported. I don't remember. I don't remember seeing him die in front of me. Well, in any case, maybe he died from damage over time or whatever. But it's this one, Torment and Agony, yeah. Since this item didn't count in accolades. Pretty interesting. Well, now you know, if you auto-wood a legendary while it drops while you're dead, and not auto-woot it while you're dead, but it draws before you're dead, then it won't count. So make sure if you want it to count towards that, I mean, you still get the item, so that's what matters the most. Accolades eventually and things like that, you're gonna get eventually. Profi says regarding skins, for now I really hate a spec. Look, I can still trash it for the mods and apply on something I like. What do you mean? If I really hate a spec, what do you mean by hating a spec? You mean if you don't like the skin of the item, if you don't like how a weapon looks or something, and then just trash it for the mods and then just apply the mods you want on a different one. Yeah, that's also a one way to sort this problem. You take the skin you want and use it as a base. But when it comes to legendary armor, if it's just one set, we are stuck with that one. But yeah, you can customize a lot of things on one item. So yeah, just take the one you like visually and make it your crafting base, and then use the mods you want from other items, and that's fair enough. I really like all the skins in the game. I like the skins, how they look like. They have some sort of bone looking designs. The migraine, for example, is an amazingly looking weapon. It looks the proper amount of disgusting for the migraine. It really fits the bill of that item. Yeah, the proper amount of disgusting well, if it's gonna be called the migraine, it better look as disgusting as a migraine is annoying and painful. Disgustingly looking weapon. $11:37 p.m. Getting there. But yeah, I'm still wondering what to play tomorrow. What to stream myself playing tomorrow. Obviously I'm gonna be editing during the day in that Trickster video. Where is that marksman? I guess it's that. Drop that shotgun. Drop that shotgun or that SMG. My shotty boy wants a shotgun. I keep auto dismantling armor, but it's fine. He keeps trying to melee. Start shooting. Okay, there we go. There's something weird about the blood squatters constantly moving and traveling on the ground and surfaces. Maybe because of my settings, because I've lowered some things. Let's keep going. How we froze him. First we pushed him upwards, second we froze him. And yeah, today I managed to jump in the game. So there is jumping in the game if you do it well. I think one of the grenades that the enemies shoot exploded me so much that it made me jump. So you can jump in the game, just not by yourself. You need help from the enemies to jump. You need that little push. Poor captain. The captain is getting obliterated for a whole month. A month of devastation and destruction. Poor guy. How many headshots on this NPC have been dealt during the demo? He's gonna have a big migraine. From so many headshots, he must have one hell of a migraine already. I guess if you do 100 kills without missing a single shot, every single hit being a headshot, maybe you get the migraine. 100 consecutive kills of this NPC without missing a single shot, and every one of those shots being a headshot. We need such things in games. So he's like, yeah, not this guy again. Oh. That's the kind of hidden things I wouldn't mind putting in games if I were a developer. To see if someone would ever figure it out. Some super hidden secret weapon that you can't get unless you do some super weird feats, achieve a weird feat or whatever, perform a weird feat. There we see. Boom. Well, around 20 minutes or so left. It's 15 minutes until midnight left. I wonder something. The duration is 5 seconds. Okay. 2.5% of your ability power every 0.5 seconds for 5 seconds. You can get 60% duration. So roughly around 3 seconds duration. Interesting. So another 3-second duration, you get it to 8 seconds, and this one you get 60% strength of the bleeding, which is what 1.25 and another 1.275 maybe, something like that. So you get. Wait, I need the calculator for this. What is 60% of 2.5% on top of 2.5%? I need my calculator here. I'm bad at maths, so let's say 2.5. So 1.5 and 2.5, it's 4%. You can get the bleeding to do 4% of your anomaly power every 0.5 seconds. For 8 seconds with the bleeding build, with the bleedy boy, bleed master, with this setup. With this setup. That's pretty decent, honestly. It's amazing. That's gonna be interesting, and you get healed by 35% of the bleeding damage. So yeah, 35% of 4% of your ability power every 0.5 seconds. So let's say you do every second you're doing a total of 8% of your ability power, and you're healing for 35% of that, which is, yeah, 2 point something. Well, it's not bad. It seems like burn does the most damage out of all of them, and bleeding is the least damage. So bleeding is the weakest of all the effects. Not only does it do the least amount of damage, it does it for a shorter duration. So it would be better if you stack all three of them for a build, obviously. Each player in a session can cast one instance of each status per enemy. If inflicting it again will just refresh the duration, but it won't stack, so 0 stacks for every status effect. Even things like weakness and vulnerability and stuff like that. And crowd control can trigger effect resistance in elite enemies. For more information, go to effect resistance. Effect resistance is activated when the enemy is affected by several crowd control effects or interrupts in a short period. The state is turning blue, and once enough crowd control effects have been applied, it turns blue. Okay. Starts turning blue, okay. Which signifies that the effect resistance has been activated. This ability ends when the radio bar timer around this icon shows 0. At that point the enemy returns to being... So there's a break bar, as some other games call it. It becomes immune to all crowd control statuses. Ash freeze. So maybe you would be able to freeze bosses and ash them and slow and everything. But it would activate this, and then you would have to you would not be able to do it for a while. Sometimes you encounter a boss. These enemies have a lot of head. You have unique abilities. It doesn't say anything about those statuses, so maybe they're not immune. They just trigger that effect resistance quicker. I'm assuming this is not just for elites but for bosses as well, but I won't be surprised if elites have the resistance and the bosses have immunity permanent. You probably didn't see what I was reading because of this thing. You didn't see what I was reading because of this thing here. But I was reading basically, I'm gonna show you. I was reading this effect resistance. And then I was also reading this. There's just so much stuff in these guides to read, so much stuff to read, to figure out. So stacking, bleeding, burning and toxic is gonna be the way to go if you want damage over time. And having one player that does that in the team is good enough. So acid toxic technomancer, a burning centric setup on the pyromancer, and the devastator with bleeding would be an interesting combo on bosses, but you would have to have some anomaly power builds for that. Obviously you can stack bleeding with skills. And maybe toxic with items, with mods that give you toxic bullets and stuff, and then burning with another item that gives you burning bullets, and do it on a single player, on a single build. But you can't. There isn't a hero that has bonuses to bleed at the same time as bonuses to burn. Pyromancer has burn, Devastator has bleed, and Techno has acid bonuses that increase the damage and the duration. Come on, boss, one more drop. One more drop and then we're done. It's almost midnight, it's about time. Come on, elite boy. Let's see. The way it sounds when shooting those pistols, it's as if shooting an SMG in another game. It's very nice sound. Gendrek is off. Have a good rest of the evening. Thank you very much, Gendrek. I'm stopping very soon as well. It's almost midnight here. But thanks for stopping by. Enjoy the rest of your day too. And until next time. I still have no idea what I'm gonna stream tomorrow. But I'm gonna decide it. Maybe I can go back to Curse of the Gods. Or maybe I can go back to Baldur's Gate. Or maybe go back to my unfinished Blade Dancer in Last Epoch. I've got some options. Just I need to figure out what I feel like playing more. Or I can try and find a new free-to-play game to test. Or a new demo of a game. Maybe there's gonna be some new demos in March on Steam. to try out. Alright, let's do this in another 2 kills, so final 3 kills. Come on, come on. Why can't I move? There we go, I can now. Okay, final kill. Final kill today. I'm not even gonna go bother checking the stores for stuff. Did the marksman die? And that's gonna be it for tonight from me. So thanks everyone, thanks Struck for tuning in, for watching today. Keep it cool until next time, and goodbye from me.